Hello, Sagittarius. How you doing? Welcome to your ASTROFLOWER reading, going from the 6th through to the 12th of October. I hope you're doing well, getting ever so close to your birthday season. Have you seen the message from energy? If you haven't seen it, please do go and see it. It'll give you an idea on what's going on in your chakra system and your energy system as well. We're going to be looking at the reading for this week here, getting messages from energy, pulling in basically the important chakras that seem to be playing into certain areas and so forth, and pulling some cards on the situation. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get into your ASTROFLOWER. So here's your ASTROFLOWER here. One thing you'll notice that it's not so much fire within the center of you. In fact, you're one of these fall signs. Your fire is all on the surface. And it feels like this week here, you've got to use that fire. You've got to use your passions and really getting engaged in life. Life seems to be slipping a little bit from your grasp at the moment, and it may need an injection of passions. And that's what we went into in the message from energy. So let's just see what's going on. Let's get from the general energies, which is the central petal there, petal 6. So let's just see what's going on there and see what we can pick up from the energies there. You want to put your eye on the ball. You want to get your eye back on the ball. It seems like you've been a bit distracted. It almost feels like you've been looking, you've been dealing with situations that are around you at the moment, and you've been looking at the world through other people's eyes, as it were, rather than looking at it through your eyes. And I think you should be. So yeah, the sunshine. I think you do desperately want to be a lot happier in this situation. I think this is what you've realized you've got to put your passions into. And once you do start putting your passions into it, you're going to feel a lot greater about life. You've got to learn about putting your passions in there. Look at that. You get the Page of Wands. It's all about passions as life. Learning about those passions, being a little bit childlike in a way, letting your hair down. That's what it feels like. Let's see what's going on your financial side. You have great opportunities. You have sort of like golden pentacles within your. I get a bag here. It's almost as if like you're walking around with a solution in your bag, and you need to start bringing it out and start using it. I think you might have been a little bit worried about using it to seeing what people thought or people think, whether it work or not and stuff like that. I think it will do once you start opening up. Let's see what's on your karmic path. Yeah, look at that. You've got a great opportunity. These golden coins that you seem to have within, and it could be just an idea that you're carrying around with you and you've been carrying for some time. Now is the time to live it. Now is the time to live it fully. How's the connection with the outside world in regards to the people that are around you? Yeah, as I said, I think you've been concentrating on other people, and it's basically making you a little bit more sort of retracted and more than anything else. You've been holding back in opening up to other people, and this is where I sort of say, you're worried about whether it will fail, what people think about you, and so forth. It might have been creating a lot of sort of sleepless nights because you're trying to make everybody in a really good way financially, but it's not the way it goes. I think you've got to put yourself forward first. So let's just see what's happening in the past. Yeah, these are all these good opportunities that you do have going along with you. The Nine of Cups. You have a multitude of choices. I think you've got more strings to your bow that you can be using, and it's about time you started using it more than anything else. Once you start pulling on all those strings, it's going to build a great future for you. What is that future doing? Look at that, Ace of Swords. Yeah, I think this is a great opportunity for you here, Sagittarius. There is no doubt about it. These two aces here, you've got a passionate destination to be had, and your future is all about victory. Those little sort of like flecks of gold there, as you can well see there, I think that's all to do with what you're carrying from within you. And that's that sunshine and happiness that you need to allow to come to the surface more than anything else. Yeah, you're desperate. You really want to go off on a mission. You want to take this opportunity that is within you. And once you do take this opportunity that is within you, you're going to feel that, all of a sudden, I think you need to be spontaneous about this. I think you need to act upon your intentions or your intuition more than anything else. Really, really good for you. Let's just see what's going on your relationship side. I think this is where we find the heavy stuff. I think this is where you've been really trying, and it doesn't work like this. The universe doesn't work in the sense that as long as everybody else is okay, I'm okay. It doesn't work like that. So forget trying to do that. It's a waste of time, seriously. The universe and everything in the universe works on the premise that as long as I'm okay, everybody else can be okay. You're not responsible for everybody else. And it seems like, you've been trying at something, trying maybe a relationship, or trying to get things in harmony within your family, within your friends, and so forth. Maybe you just need to stop trying. Yeah, it's on your karmic path to get great victories. I know what you put into it. You know what you put into it. You know how you've been. You've seen what your hands have done. And this is the victory of it all. Once you start actually living your life and really living it fully, I think people are going to understand what they're missing. The connections from the outside world, yeah, I think you have been slightly disappointed with what's been offered onto you. There's this great offering that's coming in for you in the outside world of opening up and exploring your passions in life. Once you do, I think that's going to make you feel a lot happier about your future. What's coming up in the past? The past is the Page of Cups. This is this cup that's being offered to you. And in the past, I think, I think maybe you've been promised a lot of things, or someone has sort of said to you, "Oh, I'll be better," or I'll be trying, I'll try harder, or or we'll find a solution, and so forth. And it feels like that you've been offered a lot of empty promises that just haven't come true. But then also at the same time, we've all got to take our responsibility in the situation. You haven't enacted upon it either. And towed the line. Maybe you're just cutting people a little bit too much slack. What's happening in your future? You get the Six of Cups. This is this offering of a cup again to yourself. Ultimate goal, I think, offering to you. I think you're going to realize here that, yes, once you start going after life yourself and enjoying it, then, people will start realizing what they're missing. And I think this is where you have to explore your passions and open it up. There is a choice that's coming up this week here that you need to make. Let's just see if we can get some information on that choice here. Should I stay or should I go? That's what I'm getting. Should I stay or should I go? Let's just see what we're going on there for the choice. And once you do realize, I think the choice is within you. It's all down to your happiness more than anything else. Yeah, if you stay, it's got a lot of work to be done, and I think it's possible. I think you could get some really good sort of stuff out of it, and working on it would be really good, and it will just bring you, and it can just bring you ultimate goals from it if you're really prepared to work on it. But you've got to be sure that the other person is really be prepared to work on it their side as well. What happens if you leave this situation? What happens if you leave? There's too many cards that want to come out there. Let's just see with that. I think people are going to respect it. I think people are going to respect you even more in a way. I think once people start realizing that they haven't got, you around anymore, they're going to miss you really enormously. Yeah, I think they're going to feel like, you may feel like you're shut out in the cold, but I also think they're going to feel like they're shut out in the cold as well. I think you should really start offering love and joy to yourself more than anything else, Sagittarius. Okay. What's the chakras that seem to be playing in him? It's grounding yourself. I think it's grounding in what is good for you more than anything else. That joy, that happiness that needs to come out, that sunshine there that needs to be shining in your life. It's certainly on your financial side. I think that's what's going to spark the change and the revolution on your relationship side. So there you go. Thanking you very much for being here. Thanking you very much for your subscribing, liking and sharing. And it's lovely to see your comments as well. I will see you soon. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.